So just saying the word Redskins on TV could soon get you fined. The FCC is considering taking up a petition to ban the name from the public airways. Steve, what do you think about this?
This is political correctness run amok. The real scandal about the Redskins is why they haven't won a Super Bowl in 20 years. And in terms of real issues in this country, Mike Dichter, the football great, has it absolutely right when he said we should be focusing on real issues. The administration wants these side issues to get us off the economy, get us off the Middle East, get us off Russia and the disasters unfolding in Asia.
Kerry, should we give the FCC this power to just ban a word like that?
Well, Steve, I do agree. I agree with Steve that we have to focus on bigger issues. But that being said, we all love the First Amendment on this show, but there are limits to the First Amendment. You can't yell fire in a crowded room. You can't expose yourself if you're Janet Jackson. And I have Native American ancestry, and I think this term is offensive, and I don't think it's something you should broadcast out. You can say whatever you want in your own home, but this is different.
But Sabrina, should the FCC, I mean, comparing using a word like Redskins to screaming fire in a crowded room, I don't think there's a comparison. Do you?
No, I absolutely don't. Look, the FCC has the right to try to regulate what we call indecent content. But I'll tell you something. I think that HBO's show Girls has indecent content on all of the time. But I can be sure that the FCC is not going to come after sort of Democratic star Lena Dunham and say that she's doing anything wrong. This is absolutely ridiculous. It is political correctness run awry. And it's time that people say enough is enough. We can have a conversation. There's market forces that determine this.
And, Bill, it's the slippery slope sort of thing. You know, once you start with this, it'll go on to 100 other things.
Well, I actually think the FCC has no business stomping on an offensive name for a different reason. The reason is that broadcast spectrum should be treated as private property. Now, listen, when you have a deed to your house, you don't have to renew it every 4 years by saying you're a good person. And I think somebody who owns 100 megahertz to 102 megahertz shouldn't have to anything.
John Tamney, as a libertarian in good standing, I assume you're against the FCC having this power.
We must be a really rich country if this has become a big national issue. You know, the reality is that the Redskins, that's a reverential nickname that the American Indians are proud of. If you look at the polling data, they don't want the name taken away. This is political correctness run amok. It's anti-free speech. It's just awful.
I think Kerry may take issue with you.
I disagree. It's not a reverential name, and all the polling is very flawed. The sampling is very biased. Most Native Americans don't even have a phone in their home. So let's change it. What Grover Norquist said, the Washington Reagans.
Well, I do have to say, by the way, the logo is a very proud Indian. So at least the logo should remain if you get rid of the name. Coming up, who are the wealthiest?